Is this live? Let me check. Right. Hey guys, Stephen here back with the Fan View Live. I know I had some problems recently trying to get this going because of the audio and all that, and I'm blaming OBS. You know, OBS is a streaming software, so I'm just going to stick to dead simple today. I'm just going to use StreamYard. You should be able to hear people. It should be absolutely fine, fingers crossed, and it should be a good time. Don't forget, guys can get involved if you want to. If you remember, head over to the community page. YouTube member, head over to the community tab on YouTube, and you can find the link there. I know I've got Louis and Scott already waiting to jump on and have a chat as well. Don't forget, I know Scott's dishing out memberships to join that stream. If you're watching, those people who were there, like Daniel and Panee and a couple of people as well, come and have a chat with me, man. We can have a chat about anything you want to, both in Manchester City, obviously about tonight, ideally, but in general, you can have a chat about the game. You can follow, don't forget, if you're a patron as well, you can head over to patreon.com/Steam Company. You can find the link on there. You just got to log in, you can find it on there as well. Give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new after a 3-1 victory, of course. Early Haaland with the brace. Manuel Kanji, obviously with the scoring with a tap in from a couple of yards out. It was a good performance on a probably one of the most memorable Champions League night, but it was still a good performance away at the Wandorf. Oh, you know what? It never sounds good, that does it, man? Never sounds good. I'm not even trying to say it how I don't want to say it either. I'm sort of still trying to change how I say it, but I'm still end up saying it anyway. Ugh. Not very good. Don't forget, if you are, by the way, looking for the link and you want to come and chat, the link has changed as usual because I've had to set up a different one. So double check the community tab and so on. Right, I'm going to bring Louis on for the first chat of the night. How you doing, my man? You good?
Hello, mate. I'm good. How about you?
I am very good. People in the comments, please let me know you can hear Lou, just to double check. I want to make sure things are absolutely fine because I've not been on this for ages. Mate, what did you make of tonight? What was your
It was neither good nor bad. It was what it was. Yeah, it was what it was, and it's got the 3 points in the end of the day, and that's it really. There's nothing to really complain about.
Anyone stand out for you tonight in particular?
Not really. I think there will be some talking points ahead of Sunday now, obviously. Two in particular, especially on the left-hand side. But apart from that, it was just obviously Haaland doing what Haaland does. Finally, well, I don't mean finally, but like he gets that monkey off his back of having moments, and yeah,
he's in a weird place, Haaland. I think we can all agree with that. It's weird how he still scored loads of goals. Objectively a lot, but then he could have scored more. It's just weird.
It's a joke. Like compared to like every other striker we've had, like under Pep, it's still like that Aguero, Jesus, Sterling, whoever, like any of the players that we've had before, they would want to have what Erling has.
Yeah,
like 11 goals in 14 games. It's just like.
Even if he misses his assist as well, and it's like equal basically, isn't it? So it's a really good record. It's better than anything those guys would have had. You know, it just is. But he's judged differently. But then the quality of that goal, of course, second one, he was quite emphatic actually, wasn't it? It was emphatic. Like you could tell there was a bit of frustration coming out.
I hope he gets more of those goals into his game now, because it was like his goal against Brighton as well. It's like what is one against Wolves last season at Molineux.
Yeah,
it's just like I hope he gets more. Like he does more of those goals. And he goes with the whole Michael Jordan and I took that personally sort of.
yeah, Michael Jordan. To be honest, actually, some of the quality of the thing is about quality of some of his goals this season has actually been really good. Like he's actually scored some.
Insane.
That's the thing is why he's actually still slightly exceeding his XG, and I think that is down to the quality of some of the goals, which have been really low, quality chances. So he's actually like scored some. Like, you think about his second one against Burnley, for example. A couple of the headers were nice as well, like power headers. He's actually done all right. It's just one of those things where it's just some of the easy chances he's missed. Like the easy ones, but that's we forget he's still reasonably young. He's just it's his second season at the highest level. Really. Obviously Dortmund were a good team, but he's only second season for Man City. And he's expected to be this Ballon d'Or winner. He's 23 years old still, and it's not saying he's a baby, but the guy's got so many years ahead of him, and I think we just need to be calm a bit. 3 wins out of 3, man. 3 wins out of 3. Players rotated as well. The group's basically done now, isn't it?
It's just got to win the second game. And then we're like through no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just, and it makes like, I think the thing is like that Leipzig game is between Liverpool and Spurs. So getting into that Leipzig game and knowing that we're through and we can rotate between the 2 games is absolutely important.
Who's our next game? Is it Leipzig? Or who's
no, it's Young Boys again.
Young Boys again. Okay, well there we go. Young Boys the Etihad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should be an easy. Yeah, it should be a really good game. Hopefully, more score more goals than we did. I can't believe it's been two games in the Champions League. We've been away from home because it was Leipzig and Young Boys tonight, and we only played Red Star in the first game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got the victories. It was 2 3-1s as well, actually, which is good. It's very
3-3-1s. No, 3-3-1s because we got
Yeah, so Nicholas that was our prediction for years. 3-1. I love that after ages.
That's one thing I'm a bit like the goal tonight. I think if it was Carl Walker and Rico Lewis's position, he would have nullified the player out. I can't remember his name. It's just like not having a clean sheet. I'm not a defensive guy. I'm more into the attacking side of the game, but I'm more conscious of the defending since Ruben Diaz has come in. Like, we want clean sheets.
Yeah, we're not keeping many at the moment, are we? That's the thing. Well, what do you think that's down to? Because I saw someone say it's like we've got 1 in 11 clean sheets or something like that, basically, at the moment.
I think it's the stability between like all 3 phases of play, and it's like the midfield can get overrun really quickly. Like, don't get me wrong, we have we have the best midfield in the world, but sometimes it's just that I don't know what the word is, like coalition or like transition, whatever, like between the 3 phases. It's
they feel a bit disconnected, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, good, mate.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, but they feel a little bit disconnected sometimes, and I think a lot of it's very early season sometimes, I reckon, as well. But either way, I thought that was a good performance, and of course we rested some players tonight, as well. You presume Walker, Stones. Phil Foden, Julian Alvarez, someone else is rested as well. I can't remember who. Some names skip. Josko Vardiol. They're all going to start, aren't they? You think they're almost guaranteed, especially with Kanji out. Josko's definitely going to start.
I kind of think Ake played himself into the game, like he's put himself in the conversation against Gvardiol. Like, if Ake plays, I'd be like, no problem. But I'd prefer Gvardiol. He's already shown he's like that good.
Yeah, he's quality, mate.
And Grealish has also put himself in the conversation for the left with Doku. I'd play Doku, but if Grealish plays, I'm like,
Jack was good tonight, man. It's a good shout. And of course, he was good against United last season. He got a goal. Lucky that obviously in that weird game.
He was actually on the bench at Old Trafford last season as well.
Yeah, came on and scored.
And
and and I thought that was going to be the turnaround for us. Well. What's your prediction for the weekend, by the way?
I don't know. After last year, I was thinking 1-0, no problem. Like, go with the whole hands, 1-0, no problem, and then it just imploded because of the obvious offside. So it's and knowing Paul Tierney's he's refereeing the game and Craig Pawson's 4th official, it's just like. I don't know. Like the refs are like, if I speak, I'm in big trouble. That's
Let's hope we just were too good and it doesn't matter in the end. Louis, it's
yeah.
been a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much and have a
Cheers, man.
wonderful night. In a bit.
And
Top bloke, Louis. Oh, that caught off a little quicker than I intended to. Sorry, Louis. Top bloke. Lovely stuff. I'm gonna go straight to Scott, my man Scott, who's waiting patiently in the green room. It's not really a green room. It's sort of like just a tab at the bottom of the window, but it's like a virtual green room. Hello, my friend. Long time no speak. How you doing? You good?
Two-
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, there you go. I can hear you now. I think you're good.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Yes. Are you
All
well,
right,
my friend?
cool.
You good?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Not too
Nice, man.
bad. How are you
Metro
doing?
Detroit Blues. What's that
Yeah,
scarf above you? Is that
yeah,
like
that's
your region?
yep, that's the local like supporters group for like the official Man City supporters group. We got one here and that's like the scarf for it. So,
Oh, lovely
yeah.
stuff, mate. Lovely stuff. I need some Detroit Blue Detroit Sport Club merch. I've got a
We'll
little
get
bit
that
from
going.
like Austin. I've got some from like New York and stuff. But I like Detroit. What do you reckon? What's Detroit's vibe?
It's cool, man. I like Detroit. It actually reminds me, well, at least I don't know. I haven't been all around the UK at all, but I've heard it's a lot like Manchester, to be honest. And I
Oh,
kind of got
really?
that vibe when I was there. It's a little bit smaller. Manchester's definitely like a bigger city, I'd say. Like downtown, there's a lot more bigger buildings, but like Detroit's definitely like kind of got that industrial vibe,
Oh,
kind of.
really? Yeah.
Hmm.
I heard Seattle's a bit like Manchester because it rains a lot, basically. But that's my based
Yeah.
off The Last of Us 2 for me. So that's my reference point. Anyway, Scott, what did you make of tonight, mate? What did you make of tonight's game?
I thought it was a great game. Yeah, there's a lot of good things I took away from it. I had a couple notes. Yeah, I thought there's a lot of good things I saw.
Yeah,
I
I'm more
think
positive. Yeah, like you actually. I thought Louis was a little bit down on the but I thought it was actually a better performance than Louis said, which is entitled to his opinion. But I thought it was quite a good performance in the end.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I thought Jack and Doku both played like really well on the wing and gave us that like width. I think they were kind of spread out and the center of the pitch is really open for people like Rico to kind of push through and um I guess work their magic in that area.
Yeah,
So that's one thing I definitely like to see. I kind of know what you're saying. I really do like Doku on the left, but I think we brought him in on the right. Like he was our replacement for kind of like Mahrez and Cole
yeah,
Palmer. So we need somebody to play on the right. I one thing I do think would be a great idea. I'd put it in the chat. I think, but having Jack play like 60 minutes or like 65 minutes, and then bring in Doku to just like go at a
yeah.
super tired defender, or just have
Oh,
them
against
waste a
United.
sub or just anybody, as a
Yeah, yeah.
strategy kind of thing, just to, bring in, have Jack kind of run them down and then bring in somebody in like the 65th minute as fast as Doku
They're
and who
so
can just
different,
like,
aren't they? Like this, it must be
oh,
so hard to deal with that. Like your
that
head,
would
the
be,
switch. I mean, even the other way around. Like Doku just running like mad
mhm,
and like the chaos of it, and then Grealish
yeah,
just to frustrate you towards the end when you want to lob. You can't get the ball off him, that kind of thing. Like they're very different. But I think I don't. I think we saw a lot of what makes Grealish very good tonight. Like his pass selection and his crossing, his chances was really good, man. Like he made some, he made some good chances for City, and like I thought he was very lucky not to have a couple of assists, or at least one assist. Maybe and he was unlucky as well to not be involved in a goal for Alvarez. It was his run as well that sort of led to the penalty, wasn't it? The dribble, a shot for Rodri as well. It was a good performance from Jack, I thought. Who do you think will get the
yeah.
nod against United on the left?
I do. I think that we'll probably see. I would think we would see a similar thing because the thing about both Doku and Jack that I really like about both of them is they work hard back. And if
Yeah,
you're going to be playing with three at the back and push that right defender or left defender, whoever's playing it, into like the defensive midfield area, you have to have wingers who are going to work hard and work
yeah.
hard to get back like that. And that's something I like to see from both of them. I mean, I would think that would be our long-term start would be Doku on the right and Jack on the left.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see, like, because I think I remember you noticed the stat about in the chat of how he's played more of his career by some way on the right, and I
Yeah.
think he played for Belgium the other day there, and he looks pretty good. I saw some highlights of him doing really impressively.
Oh,
Definitely looks more comfortable on the left for City so far, but he obviously
yeah.
can play that side, and I think you just have to adapt it a little bit, but. We'll see how that goes. Rico Lewis man of the match, by the way, tonight, which I thought was really nice. Like that's a couple in a row, I think. Now, actually, I think he got it against Leipzig as well. Maybe I don't know, but he was really good against Leipzig. Um, he's a little player, isn't he? He's a good little player, Rico Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at 18, that's crazy how good and like how confident he is in like the big league games and as well as like, the Champions League games as well. And he kind of like reminds me of Foden on the ball a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it. Like confident, bright, and technical. You know, that kind of thing. Where he's very hard to get the ball off, isn't he? That's what I love about Rico.
It's that like put one foot to the other really fast kind of thing. That's
yeah,
just like him and Foden both do. It kind of reminds me of Messi a lot too. It's not like they're doing super flashy step overs or anything. They just wait for the guy to kind of step in and they do a quick like right foot to left and then they're
it's
out.
just movement of the ball, isn't it? Really simple. Just shifting
Change
the
of
ball,
pace. Yep.
change
Change
of
of
pace, and
pace. Yep.
if you had 2 more inches, 3 more inches, like I feel like he's obviously going to be a cracking player, but you do think I just hope he'd be great because he's definitely only like 5'5" and he's easily he's smaller than Foden and David Silva and all that by a couple of inches, and like Pep said that as well. He said I think he's got no doubts about him. He said he just wish he could be a little bit taller because he might struggle in the center long term at the highest level in the biggest games, but we don't know if he will because he might get just strong. You might find a Verratti-esque, physicality. Verratti's only like 5'5" as well, but he's got stocky and strong, but he's a cracking player. Obviously Haaland tonight. How have you got his goals tonight? How have you felt watching Haaland this season? Because it's been a weird season for Haaland. It's really strange because it's objectively good, subjectively mixed. It's really weird because the numbers and the eye test and all that, they tell a very different story.
Um, so yeah, I feel great about Erling Haaland. I love the guy. I think he's an amazing player. I think, a lot of soccer and a lot of sports is just sometimes luck of the draw as well, but he's putting himself in the positions to get into that, situation to at least have that chance. And that's the biggest thing that I think you need to do. And I think obviously he's got 9 goals in the 9 games that he's played, or I don't even know if he's played in every game for the Premier League, but he's not
He's got
9
99
goals.
Premier League, yeah, 99.
Yeah, and he's probably got similar stats in the Champions League, I'd assume. But yeah, I think I'm not too worried about him at all. I think he's just Erling Haaland, and he's gonna. What I wrote down is I think he's gonna go on a tear. After watching him come off the field after he got that goal, he's like, "All right, let's do this. I'm gonna lock in, and I'm just gonna." I don't know. You can kind of see when he has that like I don't know if you rewind that and you can see when he got subbed off, he was you could see it. He's definitely
He wasn't
taking it
happy,
on
was he?
himself. No,
Yeah.
and I think
Pep
he
was trying to
understood.
say, "Don't worry, mate. Don't worry about it." But you could tell
He
he was
just scored
frustrated.
2 goals. Like, dude, come on. Like, yeah, and I love that. It's a perfectionist mentality, and I think to be the best in the world, you have to have that kind of mentality. Obviously, you don't want to be too hard on yourself, but I mean that's what drives people to be great.
Great quote from Guardiola here. He said, "People expect he has to score 4 goals. People want him to fail. I'm sorry, he'll score goals all his life. An incredible threat." I love that from Pep. Pep just coming out and going, "Nah, no." I love this stat as well. He's been directly involved in 115 goals across his last 100 appearances in all competitions. So that's 96 goals and 19 assists. And he's now just entered the top 20 all-time Champions League goal scoring charts. So he's in the top 20 now. Champions goal scorers. He's 23 years old. He's played 31 games Champions League. It's stupid, absolutely stupid. And another Guardiola quote here, by the way. So what is important is creating chances, and maybe in the right moment of the season he'll be there even better than now. So he's got a lot of Premier League goals, more than people are getting a lot of compliments. It's also a very good point. More than people getting a lot of compliments. Yeah, I mean perspective there, and I like Pep coming out and defending him. I think Pep only does that, by the way, because he knows he sort of there's no doubt about his commitment, is there, for Haaland? Like he knows that he doesn't have to question him, does he? He doesn't have to question him.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I mean, like, he could have easily had a hat trick today, and I think he knows that, and we don't have to say that. And I think, it's just unlucky. But that one ball that I think Doku played in, and he slid across the like 6 yard box. I
Yeah,
mean, it just kind of came off his foot weird, which is that's life. That's how
yeah, yeah,
stuff happens. And like, but he was in another time where he put himself in an opportunity where usually he's gonna score that, and he knows that, and we all know that. It's just and that's why I mean I've always been somebody who's been like I hated when people got on people no matter what because playing the game that's just how stuff goes. There's a bump in the ground, it might be the best ball ever. Sometimes you miss it, sometimes you get in a funk, but I don't know. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think
Exactly.
that we have to worry about Erling Haaland too much. I think not he's still on pace to score 38 goals in the Premier League. So
He's going to get 40 to 50 goals this season again.
yeah,
On that note, Scott, thank you so much, mate. There's loads of people waiting, so I'm going to jump on to Naz if that's okay. You're a
Yep.
top bloke, man. Catch you soon in a bit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Legend, Scott, of course. I'm going to go straight to Naz, who's been waiting patiently in the background. I know Mark, Kevel, and Dash Mess are waiting as well. Naz, my mate, how are you doing? Get your mic off mute as well. I'm not sure if you've realised yet. There we go. Here he is. Here's the man. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Good performance today.
Yeah, do you like it? What would you give a performance out of 10 today?
Overall, as a team performance, it was average, I would say like 6.57. But
Yeah, I'd
I
say
just
about
think,
about
yeah,
six to seven.
I think generally, like there were quite a few positives, despite, as I said, the team performance might not have been the best, but I think there were quite a few positives to take from the game.
What were the positives for you? What got you going?
Firstly, Haaland got a brace, and recently he's not been scoring as much as, I mean, obviously he's scored 9 and 9, but
Yeah,
as much as he you might have expected him to score, especially because he's got most of his goals he got a hat trick against Fulham. Last
yeah.
like 3-4 games he hasn't scored many, so he got a brace. He's got back in scoring form, and obviously Rico Lewis got man of the match again. He's looking so good in midfield, and I probably won't. I mean, it definitely won't happen because he just has the experience. But I think the way he's playing, he probably should be in the England squad ahead of people like Phillips and Henderson also.
Well, I agree. I mean, I was talking during the watch long about his performance within the 21s for England, and it was so impressive. Like, there was intelligence to his game where Pep said it. I think Pep said he's never had to teach Rico where to be, instinctively. Like, he just understands entirely at any point where he's meant to be on the pitch. Like, there's an innate intelligence to his game that can't really be taught to him at that level. It's just he gets it, and he's only 18 years old. And I know someone's calling me out for talking about his height in the chat. That's fair. I'm not saying it's going to ruin his career, but it's just sort of genuinely true. Like, if you're a bit stronger, you've probably got more of a chance, And I think in physical games, it's probably a reason why there's not many, 5'5" central midfielders in general. I'm not saying you can't be a success. I'm just saying it's probably the only thing you'd say about him. He's just not the strongest physically. So I hope he gets that. I think he's excellent. I thought I really enjoyed watching him tonight. Once again, bright, lively, excellent. And he's only 18 still. Only 18, mate. It's good to see, isn't it, Naz? Do you think he's long-term in midfield then? Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, even even when he plays right back like he did today, he always drifts into midfield like John Stones or
Yeah.
Stones. It's a Stones role. So I think maybe right now he'll play in the nominal right back role, but I think going forward he'll start to not play in the right back at all. Like he'll be a midfielder, and Pep will definitely treat him as a midfielder only. And another positive I thought today was Jack Grealish is just definitely the best game he had this season. He his creativity was probably one of the best creative games he's had in a while, even considering last season. Because last season he was great, but like his final balls and his creativity was always not the best. So he made at least like 3-4 good chances, should have had at least a couple of assists. But
I
generally
agree.
he was really good. Yeah. And I think I would probably start him for the derby as well.
What's your reasoning?
Because recently I think we've been a bit there's always been passages in games where we've sort of let it slip away from us, and he's obviously provides more of that pausa and that control which Doku doesn't. Although Doku is really good, I think what we better would be, as I think Scott was also saying, we start Grealish, we establish some control in the game, and then last maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we just get Doku against tired legs of Delo or whoever. So yeah, I
I
think
get that.
that's
I get that. I wouldn't be surprised if Pep believes in that too. I mean, the thing is, I feel quite happy and content with either option. If he plays Doku, exciting, vibes.
yeah,
It's going to be great fun. Plays Grealish, yeah, I get it. There's loads of logic behind it. Jack's just had a really good game, and Jack is literally a proven treble winner in massive games. So
yeah,
we've seen him be involved in some of the biggest games in football and be really good and reliable. So I think Jack's a confident player. I think he is. I think he needs games like that tonight to feel good about himself, in general. And I think he was heavily involved in a lot of good stuff tonight for City. And I know it's only young boys in Champions League, but it's still a Champions League game. It's still the highest level of domestic football, and I think for him, he'll be, I think he'll be happy, and I think Pep will probably. I think Pep might go for Grealish as well. Actually, I think he will do. I think away at Old Trafford, he'll want the game to be slower. United absolutely revel in chaos. They aren't a great possession team. United, they're great at the counter with Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, and Garnacho, and they won't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he even played Martial or whatever. And they're good at that. They're good at that. Højlund's got a bit of pace as well. Any chance to counter, they'll take it, United, because they'll have to. That's how they play. So I think Jack might have a chance, man. What's your prediction for the weekend, Naz?
I feel like I might be being a bit naive, but I feel like they're just the state they're in. We're easily going to win. I think it's going to be. I mean, I think it's going to be like 2-0, like similar to the I think couple of seasons ago at Old Trafford when Bernardo scored that goal.
Well, we just passed around him for fun for ages.
Yeah, we might not score a lot, but I think we'll just boss them, and like there'll be no jeopardy about the result.
Yeah, I remember that one where we won 2-0, and I think it was one where we just passed it and passed it and passed it.
Yeah.
The United fans were so upset because they just felt like kids, watching their team be. It was like a training game for us, wasn't it? It was like a training game where it was just so one-sided. Like they didn't get a touch. Yeah, I think that's probably a good. Yeah, like one of those. A comfortable 2-0 win where we just sort of stroll it. I'll take that. I'll take that every single day. Naz, you're a legend, man. Thank you so much for jumping on. I'll catch you in a bit.
All right.
See you later, man. Bye-bye. Mark's just disappeared as I was about to go to him. Timing of that, Mark. I'll go to Kevel, and if Mark jumps on, I'll go to him after Kevel. Where's he gone? Kevel, how you doing, man? You good?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm very well, my friend. I'm very well. I like talking about Man City winning. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's good to have the fan view back as well. Actually, it's just like it's still the computer being stupid. So this is a simpler version.
So you can hear me now, right?
I can hear you now. Everyone can hear
Okay.
you as well. It's all good.
Okay,
I've just
good.
simplified it massively. Took out the middleman and gone for StreamYard only, and it works.
No worries.
Talk me through the game tonight. How do you feel about that?
Well, it was a really solid performance. Could have done better, but definitely 3 points in the bag. Couple of Erling Haaland goals, good winger performances, solid defensively, except like couple of chances here and there. A little bit worried about the pitch, how it was. It's just slippery with the rain.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel it was like a really good performance for us, and they even challenged us. It wasn't like stroll to the park, like they forced us to keep our sharpness, keep our focus until like the 80th minute.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think we probably don't realize, a lot of us, how hard it is to play on a different pitch or something like that. It's just it's not easy. It's just not
with the
easy
rain
at all.
too.
Oh, absolutely, that rain is. I've never played on a wet Astros pitch because, like, I think, I just never have, and like I can imagine it's not easy,
Yeah, I have. But it's mostly been indoors. I just feel heavy. It's like a lot of like the plastic stuff also gets out, but like it doesn't stick and it goes into your shoes and stuff like that. It's just it's annoying. But players did their professional job, and
maybe I don't know. I played on a lot of it. I feel like every time I play an Astro, it's indoors. Like some of the
it's indoors. Yeah,
it's pretty much always indoors. But we won. That's literally the only thing that matters tonight. And as I was saying earlier, we're basically through now. 8 points clear of two teams. We have 9 to play. Look, get that final victory against Young Boys, and then the last 2 games are just literally. They're just rest games, aren't they, for the key players, which is going to, like we saw tonight, really. We sort of treated it in a very similar way. And what did you make of the lineup? Were you happy with it when it was announced? And then the players that were rested, were they the ones you wanted to see rested, other than Rodri, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Rodri was okay. He just had a week-long break due to the red card, so I feel like he was fine. Even in the Brighton game, he didn't really look too exhausted, so it was good for him to get his sharpness back after that week-long break. And even I think during Spain, he didn't play much, so it was a good game for him. He plays 60 games every week this season, so it doesn't really bother him as much nowadays. So lineup was good. I think we rested key players. Even off the bench, Bernardo and Alvarez came in. They look lively.
Yeah,
They
they
look
did.
sharp. So it's just a
I was really
solid
impressed
night.
with Alvarez, mate. I thought the cameo would looked. There was that quote the other day. I'm not sure if you saw it online.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
this
saw
quote
it.
about
Yeah.
like where he said like this staff apparently feel he's going to go up another level in the next year or two, and he can just he's confidence is a lot to everyone in life, you know. And there's always I think with a lot of players, they get better when they feel that they understand who they are in a team, or when they feel that they belong, you know. And Alvarez was basically the Haaland backup, you know, and he was for ages last season. He was great, but it is weird when you're like we saw a lot of very good strikers, in my opinion, sort of affected by being the Aguero backup. Like Gabriel Jesus, I think looked so much better as a footballer when he first came to City. When we sort of put Aguero out of the team, but eventually he fell into the whole "I'm just the second guy" thing that we saw Dzeko do it at one point as well. You know, Aguero, yeah. Eventually, so many people just fall into the Aguero backup kind of thing, and it's hard being the backup striker because you're not the main man, and strikers are the superstars. And I think this new role that Alvarez has got, it's sort of refreshing because he knows that he's his spot until De Bruyne is back at least, but it's his spot, and he's obviously learning it and doing well. And when he came onto it, I thought he looked so confident. He played like for the first time, not a guy. He used to come off the bench and be the guy trying to impress. Came off the bench as the guy who would just everyone would lean on, like, oh yeah, Julian's here, you know. Like it just felt like he was just senior all of a sudden. You know what I mean by that? There was a sense of just like, oh, the big guns are coming on, and it used to be that he was the guy who come on to bring the big guns off. It's just changed, and the confidence you get, I think it's visible. I think you can see it in him, and I think he looked technical. He looked smart,
even the
didn't he?
position. You know, like even before, like he's really solid finisher, but maybe his movement inside the box wasn't as good as Haaland. So he wasn't like a box striker, you know, more like a deep striker that also drops back a lot, kind of like Kane, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, less movement inside the box. So I feel like this quasi nine role is like super good for him. It
Oh,
it's
you've
better than
lost me.
him being on
I
the
know you broke
right
up.
wing.
Yeah,
It's better than him being on the right wing.
about a mile, yeah. And
Yeah.
he's passing his technical ability. He just looks sharper. He looks a little bit sharper, you know, a little bit smarter. We know he can ping passes, and I think, to be honest, we're going to see. I think like Harry Kane wasn't Harry Kane of now when he was 23 either. He just wasn't. He wasn't like he wasn't pinging beautiful passes and through balls and all that kind of stuff. He was a good passer, but he wasn't this guy who was getting these gorgeous assists and all that kind of stuff. And I would not be surprised. We know Alvarez has got the passing range. He has got it there. It's not consistent, but I do think the ceiling for Alvarez is essentially Harry Kane. I think it is that level. And I think that's really exciting because I think this guy could score 25 to 30 goals a season while getting 15 assists, which sounds insane, but is that fair? You know, is that to me is the level for him?
Yeah, easily. I think if he starts, you know, even last season he scored like 15 to 20 goals all competition and like 10 assists, and he barely started half the game. So, you know, if you double the starting based on just simple math, he should score 30 goals and get 15 to 20 assists. So it's just wonderful. Another talent to our squad alongside list of Foden, Lewis, you know, just even Diaz, he's still 26. John Stone's 28.
Oh yeah, Diaz is a baby in terms of centre back stuff, man. Like, he's got loads of time left. Rodri's only 27 as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, they got 10 years.
Gavardio, we didn't even mention Doku.
21.
Yeah,
and I love Nathan Ake. I genuinely do. I think he's wonderful. But Vardiel he's a star already, isn't he? You know, I think he's starting.
I think he showed really in the Brighton game that on the ball he's so much better than Laporte. Defensively, I think it will take him time to learn our positions. You know, learning when to move out, when to close in, stuff like that. It just comes with time and with practice and playing more and more. But I definitely see him as like the biggest potential center back, and that's why, you know, Chicky and Ferran and all of those guys paid 90 million. You know, they've been in this business for like 20 years now, so you know they know a good player, and if they're willing to spend 90 million, it's that there's like a genuine reason for it. You know.
Nah, he's ace, man. He's absolutely ace. You know, I'm almost certain he'll be starting At the weekend, I think we can see the team forming now. The general lineup and the vibes. Can't we? I think we know what Pep thinks is his strongest team right now. I think it's fair to say Kyle Walker's probably in there. Stones, Diaz, then Wanabake or Vardial. And then I think Rodri will probably be along. Stones will be alongside him, but I think Bernardo will play central. I reckon. Don't you reckon? Alongside Alvarez, Foden on the right, Doku or Grealish on the left, and Haaland and Alvarez, of course, there as well. It's sort of that, isn't it? Basically, and I like that. To be honest, I think there's a lot of variety there, and I think there's a lot of creativity, and I think we should beat United, shouldn't we? I think we should do.
We really should. I feel like it's the same as the Arsenal game. I feel like we really should have destroyed Arsenal if we were at our best.
Yeah.
Like
they had Rodri. Basically, But then, even though United aren't anywhere near Arsenal's level right now, are they? So they struggled to beat Copenhagen last night. So
they've had like 5 or 6 losses already, really struggling with some of injuries and like poor form, poor defensively. They can't really. Rashford, he's having really bad season so far compared to last season. It's just they have no attack on the right wing with Sancho and Anthony. That no one knows what's going on with them. It's just they're playing Bruno on the right wing, so we should really. It's like comparing Kyle versus Bruno. It's Kyle will win 90% of the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kyle struggled against Mitoma the other day, so he's looking forward to having a good game, a solid game.
Yeah, Mitoma I think is smarter than any of their wingers. I think he is.
His close ball control is just so good.
Oh, stupid. Not many wingers can do that to Walker, but Mitoma is his close control, as you said. He's then the acceleration he's got over a couple of yards is ridiculous. I would love to see him in a City shirt, but I'll take Doku for now. That's not too bad. Kevin, thank you so much, man. It's been a pleasure as always. Chat to you. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever. Catch you in a bit.
Yeah, it's evening.
Evening, yeah. What time? Where? I always forget where are you?
It's Eastern time, so I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. No, so it's evening over there.
6 p.m.
Oh, it's 20 past 11 here, so
6:20.
Nearly bedtime for me.
All right,
mate. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Dash Mesh. We're going to go to Dash Mesh for the last call of the night. I hope you're there, mate. You're listening. Fingers crossed. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Steven. How are you?
My man, how you doing? Welcome.
Good.
Yeah, what did you make of tonight, mate?
Yeah, pretty good game. Considering the amount of changes we had, we rotated the team very well and still managed to get a good, comfortable win. So I guess it was a good game, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it, to see the squad starting to get a little bit stronger again, because when you think about, the Newcastle game, the Carabao Cup, whatever, we're looking at it like, it looks a little bit ropey, and we had so many players missing, but now you look at the bench and you're like, actually, so many players are back now. It does make a difference, doesn't it? It does feel confident, and I
definitely.
Yeah, because so many players changed, and I was like, it's still a really good side, that more than good enough to win, and there's a confidence that comes from that, isn't there? I reckon.
Yeah, and I guess Pep treated this game as like a trial for a few of the new things he wanted to try.
Yeah.
I think this is the first game when Jack and Doku both played, and I saw they switched wings couple of times to see who's playing well on which side. Also Nunes in the 10. That was the first time when he played as a proper 10 and Rodri and Kovacic were behind him. So I think that was also what Pep wanted to try. And when Nunes got substituted, I think Pep was pretty happy with him, and he was I suppose he was telling him he played well by the way he was talking with Nunes. So
what did you make of Nunes tonight?
Yeah, I would say, since there is no fault I can find in his game today, then he played well, because playing in City's team, negatives get seen pretty quickly, and when a player is pretty much gelling into the team, you know that he's playing well. So he wasn't amazing or anything like that, but he got into the team well today.
Yeah, no, I think he was okay tonight. I think he's obviously got a little bit more to. It's weird because I don't think he had a bad game or so. I don't think Kovacic did either, but you can just tell when you look. We were talking obviously okay, well then you tell the players that have got to come in. He's obviously not going to start against United. You can tell that Bernardo Silva will be there, and Alvarez will be there, and Phil Foden will be there instead. And I think he's going to have to be waiting for games like this at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it's part of the education, isn't it? Under Guardiola, you got to wait a little bit. And I think him and Kovacic have to watch, some of the more senior players at Manchester City. I don't mean senior in terms of age. I mean senior in terms of experience. But that's fine, isn't it, man? There is obviously quality there. And Nunes has his own quality, but for now, I think Foden and Alvarez will come in, won't they? And that's probably the right call, right?
Yeah. Like I like it's almost 100% sure that Foden and Silva both would be in the starting lineup, and Alvarez too. Like I just love Alvarez. Like more and more he plays for the team. Like he seems like the person who always scores, always gives an assist. Like whenever he comes onto the pitch as a substitute, something happens in the team. Like either we score or get a good chances. So I think Alvarez would definitely start. And like all of you guys have previously discussed, right? Would it be either Doku or Grealish? I am in the camp that Doku would be the one who would start, and
Okay.
Grealish would be coming late onto the game just to like make the team more calm at the end. Just to like if we are leading like 2-1 or 3-1, like 60-65 minutes, I would say Grealish would come in, then get some fouls for us, break the play, stop them from counter attacking. So I guess Doku would start and Pep would want that we get a good 2-goal lead at least in the first half or like in first 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Then he can control the game because United would play for counter attacks rather than playing more
Yeah, they
possession.
will
Or
definitely. That's the only thing for me is like it's the counter attack issue because they are good at it, and then like and annoyingly teams that underwhelm tend to is that a word? I don't know. Well, against teams like City, they just do, don't they? Like they overwhelm. They just sort of like they just do better, and you just know Rashford will score a counter against us if we're sloppy. Of course he will. He's Marcus Rashford. He's a United fan, like. And I can't stand him for that, but I also admire that and respect it. If you're a United fan, he's like he plays well in derbies, and I sort of admire that actually because it's like it means more to him, so he gets it. And
it's a derby, so it won't be like a straightforward win without any controversy or without any hiccups or anything like that.
No, they're gonna score almost certainly.
It would have some moments in it. United would have some moments in the game, but I think at the end this would be a bit. Like in the terms of scoreline, it would be much clearer, and I guess we would win 3-1 or 4-1.
3-1's our score at the moment, isn't it? It feels like 3-1's how Man City score.
Yeah, like I think City would score minimum 3 or maybe 4.
Oh, I hope so, mate.
Like I feel this would be an easy win for City this time against United. Like especially after what happened last year with the offside debacle and things like that. So
I tell you what, man, if that happens again, I'm burning down Stockley Park at the VAR. I'm finding it myself.
I was fuming.
I'm wanted man after it. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, if that happens again. Like that I felt sick for about 4 days after that. It just drove me mad, mate. It drove me mad. Like I'm quite a calm person, but every now and then something bugs you.
And still I feel so horrible about that decision. Like first the linesman and the referee were not like didn't know what to give. Should they give a goal or not? Then I guess when he gave the goal, why didn't the VAR then again told him that you still got to look at is it interfering or is it not? Because that was like a subjective decision. If he doesn't remember how the things panned out, he could have easily seen a replay and see, okay, he was actually interfering with the play. But yeah, like still we won the treble, so it's fine.
Exactly. And there's a super chat actually here from Pifter says, "Steve, my G, we're winning Champions League again, no doubt." Would you share that? Do you share that enthusiasm from Pifter there? Do you think we're gonna win again?
Like I would say, it's the best chance any team can have to retain a Champions League. Like
you look around Europe and you do think.
Yeah.
Maybe the only other teams are if Liverpool were in Champions League this season, I'd be a bit nervous because I think Liverpool are just built for this competition, but they're not. And Arsenal, I'm not as scared as Arsenal as I am Liverpool in the competition. Other than that, I'm like PSG, Bayern, maybe
Bayern or Real, like those two, they are only teams, and both of them we defeated last year with to the road to a win. So
Jude inspired Raya will be interesting, because I
yeah,
think
exactly. Like I think he has like brought aura again to the team.
yeah,
Like
it's weird, isn't it? He's just fit,
he's like a
and
superstar right now for them. Yeah.
he's made the right choice. I can admit that now. I can admit it as a City fan. He made the right choice, and it's weird because even I want to City, I can't deny playing for Real Madrid is just mental, and it's just crazy. And like an English lad going there at 20 years old and becoming a 1 goal a game goal scorer when he was never even close.
Yeah.
It's just fairy tale stuff. Fair play to him. But anyway, I hope we play with Champions League. I hope we absolutely smash them, mate. That's right. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, man. I'm definitely ready for bed, mate. I'm exhausted. Thank you so much. You're a superstar, and I'll catch you soon, hopefully, man. In a bit.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you to everyone for joining. I've really enjoyed that. Thank you to Pep for the super chat as well, mate. I hope you're right. Do you know what, mate? I think you might be right there. I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it. I'm going to bring Piff coming against the other companies we've got at the moment are Real Madrid. At least that's who I'd fear in a way. Unless we screw up a typical City fashion. You never know, man. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy world, and we're living in it as treble winners. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Go and watch my match reaction if you want to, and I'll be back tomorrow for 5 things learned in a bit. Good night. You're all wonderful. Bye-bye.